Food is community.
Story.
Food is life.
One of the building blocks of healthy life.
Food is power.
Food is important in Central Brooklyn because it's lacking.
We have a food desert. People don't have access to good, healthy food.
Certain parts have been classed a food desert, which is an inaccurate term. It's more like food apartheid, mainly because there was a systemic structure in place that made it difficult to access food.
Especially in the face of gentrification, I think that one of the first things people lose access to when there's a divide is food. Food is one of those first things that goes, and when you don't have access to food, then why would you stay in a neighborhood?
If I wanted to buy just food that was affordable, in a place where people from the local community were actually working, or they owned that store, I couldn't find it. And I would have to go to someone else's neighborhood and support someone else's economy in order to just feed myself. That's when I knew that Central Brooklyn needed a food co-op.
So Central Brooklyn Food Co-op is a members-only food co-op, and what that means is that in order to shop there, you have to be a member, but membership is open to all. And we organize to basically focus on the needs of low to moderate income, mostly of color folks in Central Brooklyn.
We're centering long-term residents who don't see themselves reflected in the present-day food culture in Central Brooklyn.
The Central Brooklyn Food Co-op as like a community's way of saying that we actually want to take back control.
We're participating in a cooperative democracy, unlike any other institution in this neighborhood. And we're going to be part of a value food chain. We're going to be supporting local farmers and growers and producers. We're going to be connecting them to consumers who are going to be buying sustainably and affordably. Nothing like that exists in this neighborhood.
If we can get the community buy-in and understand that there's a cost and value and that the resources stay in the community instead of always being extracted by the community, then it's sustainable. Economic development, stores, cafes, business within our community that have our faces and our dollars is what is sustainable.
The CBFC has so much potential. I think in really showing people that we can own stuff together, what is most important for me is for people to come into the co-op and to feel at home. I think folks that have thought maybe they could never afford organic food or have thought that really intentional sourcing of food is too complicated or too inaccessible or too hard for them or their families. I want them to be able to walk into the co-op and see how they do have access to that.
Over the past 6 years, we've had to build community. So now we're ready to sign the lease. We're ready to find the building, put our stake in the ground, sign the lease, and open up our doors.
People have put a lot of their sweat equity into this process, their time, their energy, their talents, their creativity, their money. And now we're coming to our community to ask to help us pay this down payment.
It's more than a grocery store. We want to create a space where we're really supporting local Black businesses, we're really supporting Black and POC farmers from the region, and we want it to be a place where people are learning about healthy food, where we're cooking together, where we're having events together.
The Central Brooklyn Food Co-op is a way of making ourselves visible again and saying that we have the wherewithal, we've got the ability to do for ourselves. A grocery store, a supermarket that is owned and operated by long-term residents, I just can't imagine a more powerful statement of our right to be here and to be here in the future.
I'm really proud of the intentionality that has gone behind creating this food co-op. You know, this is not a retail store, it's a labor of love.
If you care about the health of our community,
if you support cooperative economics, if you support Black people, if you support community self-determination,
if you believe that power really rests with ordinary people, back this campaign. Whose food?
our food.
Our food.
Our food.
our food.
Our food.
Our food.